So the New Orleans Saints, they were able to beat the Bears. The final score ends up making it look a little bit further away than it actually was. I thought that this was competitive for about 3 quarters and then fell off the rails in the fourth quarter. But you know what? It was an interesting game, very interesting broadcast for sure. And I thought that, I thought the offense played fine. People were giving it a hard time. I think that was more the Bears' defense is good, and I thought they actually had some good moments. So I would say that I think the Saints played pretty well in this game. So let's just get into it, and we'll start things off with this play. So it's going to be a cover 3 zone that the Chicago Bears are in, but there's an extra player in coverage, so only a 3-man rush. And so this just makes the windows to try and throw to just that much more difficult. And Michael Thomas is running a route that's okay against this type of coverage, but obviously with the extra player in coverage, the windows are that much smaller. And also what really a key thing to watch here is that a linebacker who's lined up on the edge right there, he's going to drop back in the coverage, and that's actually the main zone that Thomas is going to be in. Watch, Breeze takes the snap, and you see that he would be a lot more open if there wasn't a linebacker right in front of him. So this is what I mean. It's a tight throw to make, and this is definitely it would be a much more dangerous throw if they were just further apart. But one of the key things here is how close Breeze and Thomas are. I mean, they're 10 yards away from each other, total, like including, going side to side. That's not too far at all. And Breeze, say what you want about him, his arm strength or whatever, but he still can make these accurate throws. And so that's what they have going for them. Breeze makes this throw. Michael Thomas will get into the end zone for a touchdown, and he's going to get slimed as well because why not? That's fun. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they had a couple plays. They got a couple big plays. They weren't really able to move the ball consistently. I kind of wanted to see them do more of these types of things where it's zone coverage, cover 3 for New Orleans, and they're just going to go with a deep shot right here, which I think makes sense. That's honestly the best way that people have been able to beat New Orleans, and I keep feeling like Chicago, they have the ability to get explosive plays. So, throw it up to Wims and see what happens. I like this decision. Trubisky's going to take the snap right here, and, the line holds up. He makes this throw, and this, there's not a huge opening. This really needs to be a perfect throw for it to be made. But honestly, I always say this, Trubisky is surprisingly pretty accurate down the field. That's one of his better attributes as a quarterback. His accuracy issues, which, haven't been as big of a deal as of late, but his accuracy issues that he has had typically is over the middle, not so much deep. His deep ball is far from a disaster. It's an incredibly accurate throw, and they're able to get the ball well down the field. Unfortunately, they didn't score a touchdown because there was, Wims dropped one in the end zone on I believe the very next play. It was in that same sequence, which was horrible. But they were able to, get some splash plays like that one. I want to talk about this play now because this one is absolutely one that I think that people are going to want to know what happened. There's a lot of people that highly criticize Sean Payton and his infatuation with Taysom Hill, which to some degree I totally understand. But this play, I don't know if it's totally the right time to criticize him. Maybe it is. I don't know. But the way it's working is that this is the zone blitz for Chicago. They have 2 safeties who are deep. And for New Orleans, this is a great concept to beat this, kind of. Because this can work, and this can be a huge chunk play. It also is going to take some time to develop, and it's possible that Hill could get sacked. And I'm assuming that's why Taysom Hill is in this play, because it could be a kind of play that he's going to have to run around to try and get some more time, and also it requires a big arm, and I think Taysom Hill probably has a bigger arm than Breeze at this point, just in terms of arm strength, not accuracy. So I think that that's probably the logic and why he's in on this play. The way the play works itself is that, the 2 players running deep routes, they cross over each other, and that's going to kind of get both safeties to also cross because they're going to cover the guy who starts off looking like they're going to go in their zone. So somebody probably could get open deep down the field. Watch how once this play starts, one of the interesting things is you're going to see, I've circled a Chicago player right there. That's Tashawn Gibson, who actually had a really good game, and he's going to make an incredible play on this one, where he just realizes immediately, hey, no one's in my zone, so I don't really have to sit back here and stay in coverage. I should just run in and try to rush the passer, especially since there's a window where he can run through and make the play. So this wasn't necessarily a design blitz. This is just him reading the play, and I think that's one of the things I love about this Bears defense is just how many high IQ football players they have They just have a lot of really bright guys, and so he reads this play well. So that's the first part of this play, is just a good read by Gibson. But the other part is going to be that this play actually nearly worked for New Orleans. Watch how you are going to see that Hill is going to get hit as he's thrown, which results in, I don't know if it was ruled a fumble or an interception, but, a turnover. However, down the field, this play had worked. If it just lasted an extra second, because remember, Hill got the ball hit out as he was throwing it, so assuming he does get this ball out, that's probably a completion. There's a good chance that's a touchdown, and if not, they're at least scoring points. So, this directly led to 3 points for Chicago. Could have been more if it wasn't for I think a weak unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. But even so, again, that's at minimum a 6-point swing, probably more. So just a huge play. And sometimes one player can make a play that has a huge swing. Football, it can be a game of inches too. It really can. One of the things I would have liked to see the Saints do less was something like this, where it's going to be a little screen pass to a wide receiver to Breeze's right. And I just feel like when they did stuff like this, it wasn't really necessary. They weren't having success running the ball. They weren't having success with screen passes for the most part. So I kind of just felt like you keep throwing it over the middle. Keep running these zone busters down the field. You're better at that than you are at just, these smaller things. So I think that's what I would have liked to see them do a bit more. And I've circled a Chicago player right over there. That's Eddie Jackson, who you can tell he was watching film. And honestly, we've seen teams do this before where they just kind of realize, okay, this is the screen, and they can realize it really quickly. Watch how he immediately runs in and is going to make an immediate tackle on Emmanuel Sanders. Just a really good play by him. But at the same time, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure a little bit. And I do feel like when the Saints kind of just ran sort of more basic plays, they had more success. I think they did get a little bit cute at times out there. I'm not saying that was a big deal, but it was just something that I did notice. They then had this play. This is what I definitely want to talk about. This one was awesome. It was a play that was a big play in this game. It really was, and it really had at this point, it's only a 4-point game, so making it a 2-score game late in the third, that's a big deal. The way that this is supposed to work for New Orleans is that typically a lot of what they're doing is better against man than it is against zone. Specifically, what they have over the middle would have worked a lot better if it was against man. And also, worth mentioning, the back who I have in the game, he is currently lined up to be blocking. So that's what he's doing right here. And also, the back is Latavius Murray. But watch, Breeze takes the snap, and Murray tries to block and doesn't really go too well. He's currently on the ground, and there's immediate pressure in Breeze's face. That's not supposed to happen, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Murray gets up immediately so Breeze can flip it over to him, and now Murray has a chance. But, watching this live, I felt like, okay, no way this is going to be a touchdown. It'll probably maybe get a couple of yards, but the chances of a touchdown is tough. But watch how Murray makes a move. Also looked like there was a bad angle there, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown, and he gets slimed as well. So good job by him. I'll now show the Minecraft version because I'm sure we all want to see that. Yes, there you go. What fun we had at the Nickelodeon broadcast. I thought it was a blast and very unique, very fun. Congratulations to the Saints. They'll play the Buccaneers, so they'll probably be going to the NFC Championship game, given how those first 2 games went, although who knows, it is football. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.